to Chapter 8. We're looking at the image list control, and we're looking at the last in-class exercise here, this random card program. And basically it's a simple game that you play when you're a kid called high-low. And basically how it works is that you turn over a card in a deck of cards, and so does your partner, and whoever gets the highest card wins the hand. So in this example here, we've got a list of images which are from the blue deck, and we've got these cards here from there's 52 cards here, and we basically are picking random numbers. And I picked a card here, and a random number was 2. It displayed the 2 of hearts. I picked another random number here, was 41, and it was the Queen of Diamonds. So the Queen of Diamonds wins over the 2 of hearts. And you can see here the computer wins. I keep track of a counter. And also there's an indicator here to help me determine who won. It says the computer wins. Now if I click again, card random number 22 is picked, and then this one here is 20, and they are actually in the same, just the way I've organized my indexes and with my cards, they're both the same value, so it's a tie, and so we pick again. And in this example here, the computer wins, and then finally a number is picked where the player wins, and we keep track of that. And if we were to keep holding the enter key down and just run this as fast as it can process, you'll see here that really it should average out over time. You can see here the computer is winning quite a bit more than I am, right? 20 times more. But if you run it long enough, I think you should notice that it should equal out over time. Anyway, I have to run it a lot more. Yeah, we're still at 19 more. All right, so that's how the program works. Now, let's have a look at the code behind this. So the program itself is, I've got it set up where I've got some variables I've declared. I'm going to get a card when I click this button here called pick, and I've modularized a couple things here called clear the arrows. I've got one here called was it a tie or was it a win when I modularized this. So let's go in here under get the cards and have a look. Well, of course we're going to need a random number generator. So we've got a rand in here. We've seen this a lot of times before. And now I'm going to pick a random number. So to pick a random number, I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 52. Now, the way that I wrote this was not between 1 and 52. I actually just used the count, which is from 0 to 51, which coincides with the correct index. The images. So this is a better way of writing it, in fact, than by putting it in as 52 and then 52 and then scaling up by 1. So this will equal some random number between 0 and 51. And so what I do is I've got all of these images in an image control, and they're all listed out with their sequential index. So that random number is going to pull out that particular image, whatever that number happens to be, and it's of the blue card list. That's this one over here on the left hand side, and it's going to make that blue card display. So that basically displays a random blue card. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the red cards, so I'm going to have an R variable here, and again I've got another list of red cards over here. Pick a random number between 0 and 51, and I'm going to just display that card. So these two lines here basically pick a random number, and they display the index of the random picture list, because there's 52 cards in each of these, and they will display whatever random number was picked. All right, now clear the arrows simply just goes in and clears out those 1, 2, 3 red arrows. So that's a nice easy one right there. And then this one down here is simply taking the random number and outputting it up into this little box up here. I like to do that just to keep track of it. All right, now I'm going to check to see whether it was a tie or not. So I need to know, was it the blue or the red? Who won? So let's pass those as arguments. And the way I wrote this was extremely poorly written. And it's your challenge to look at this logic and to rethink it to see how you could rewrite this in a more user-friendly way. And when you look at this, I actually had to go through and say, well, if the card 0 is exactly equal to the card 0, or the card 1 is equal to exactly our 1, if